Not gonna lie, Oda, you did my boy Roanoa kinda dirty. Bro, you had the craziest clash of two titans. The man-horse hybrid and the minority hunter. Nitoryu. At this point, how many D's have we actually even seen in the series? Hey, yo, fuck that. Cut this camera off, man. Actually, don't, because the camera's kind of expensive. But I got something to get off my chest. I also have a D in my name. With all the D's that I've seen in One Piece and in this chapter, got me feeling kind of saucy. Yeah, definitely made that kind of weird. I wouldn't be surprised if you clicked off the video. I actually don't go. I kind of need the likes, views, and subscribers. Cheers. Which you can actually help me out with today if you click that like button and that subscribe button and that notification bell, because you know how it go, like YouTube be bugging. Also, I actually have a public service announcement. Gold Roger is actually Goldie Roger. Just thought I'd let you know that, because we clearly did not know. Yeah. So Zoro versus Nusjuro. Okay, so I can actually see this from two sides. The Straw Hats trying to get away. Bonnie, Kuma, the Gorosei, the Navy, packing more heat than... Yeah. Point being, they was right there. And Oda was basically just like... Nope. I at least thought they was gonna have like a conversation or something. Something along the lines of, that blade nice, my boy, let me hold that. Hey, my boy, it is not that kind of party. This kind of reminds me of that time back in elementary school where you would see your op in the playground, and I mean, y'all don't do nothing, but the moment that final bell rings, y'all gonna see each other after school. The fact that these two have actually clashed and there was no follow-up, Nusjuro and Zoro, bro, they going hand in hand. I'm talking Romeo and Juliet in marriage. Okay, not like that, but long story short, they definitely gonna box. Like, that final arc, they gonna fight. I'm talking in the Mary Joie Gorosei raid. Like, just before Imu's in the chamber, all the other Straw Hats have begun their fights against their final opponents, and Luffy about to catch Imu lacking. Nusjuro pulls up with a slice, missing Luffy by the skin of his teeth, just for Roanoa to be like, alright, my boy, so we gonna run that fade then. I mean, it's all hypothetical, but you know what I'm saying. Like, that final time, Zoro's gonna be like, we told you, like he gonna go all out. My point being, I mean, I'm a little like, okay, my point is that, like, okay, basically my point is that, like, they gonna fight. So let's put it at that. They gonna see each other again, and I promise you, it's not just gonna be one panel. After Zoro and Nusjuro's borderline clickbait while trying to escape, Lilith is in the process of dealing with, astronomical quantum physics equations like E equals MC squared, deciding existential questions like what came first, the chicken or the egg, and still trying to determine what goes in the bowl first, the cereal or the milk. Nusjuro is about to drop him with that Itoryu, just for Atlas to spike her to the ground with a falcon punch. To everybody's shock, Atlas almost looks like she's about to confess her true feelings along the lines of, you are like the love of my life. You're the best I've ever had. All that mushy stuff. Okay, clearly not. I'm just playing. But she almost has that Dominic Toretto stance where she's almost hypothetically stating, this was always the plan. Jinbei pushes the Sunny from neutral to drive just for Atlas to blast up with Nusjuro, never to be heard from again. Well, so we thought. And that's exactly how the chapter happened. Just like that. Don't let nobody tell you different. Atlas and Nusjuro's elope rom-com is pretty much short-lived because they make it back to the Sunny, which is now above the giant ship. All for Nusjuro to basically hit that Itoriu, giving us Atlas's final moments in Egghead. Now, personally, I don't really feel sad. I mean, I liked Atlas. She was pretty cool as a character, but for the most part, she's not no Roanoa. I mean, if it was Roanoa's last moments, I may have a couple tissue boxes and I might be thinking of a couple excuses. But moving on. Emmett is in the process of getting jumped by Jupiter and Saturn, only for Saturn to jump onto the giant ship, probably still feeling some type of way about Bonnie and Kuma. Saturn at this point just refuses to let go. This guy is really trying to be a permanent third wheel. He's like the third wheel refrigerator, constantly protecting all the snacks. Bro is not unlocking the door. And at this point, we're pretty much at the final stretch. Like I'm saying, like Gore said, if y'all don't stop these guys here, I guess the only thing you're gonna have to do is give them a whole new bounty increase. Roanoa gotta hit that $3 billion. Just saying. The exchange between Luffy and Emmett just never stops being funny because Luffy is addressed as Joy Boy by Emmett. And I think it's just part of Luffy's character because he still has no idea who Joy Boy actually is. To him, this is just a classic anime shonen power-up, which technically it actually is. But yeah, they're the only ones who can communicate, voice of all things. You know how it go. Nusjuro's regenerating after the explosion he took from Atlas. Jupiter and Saturn are still there, and Emmett is about to do the thing. So what happens next? Vegapunk and Clover are having a conversation, and it's pretty much more along the lines of basically he's a D. And long story short, Clover gets caught, but he gets caught and chooses death and uses that as an opportunity to pass down his research, all in the process of making sure that basically whatever happened at them Gorosei parties get exposed. Now, I don't know what's going on. He's given us a lot in this speech. The Gorosei is still trying to block key significant information from being leaked out. My question is, what are y'all hiding at this point? Dude has no intention of erasing his search history. Then again, looking into the Void Century will have you coming up missing. But Clover choosing death and passing his research onto Vegapunk honestly speaks volumes about how bad the situation was during that whole Void Century process. But anything to expose the truth at this point. This pretty much only increases the burden or more the pressure of making sure that the message that has been passed down actually gets revealed. If somebody dies based on their own personal convictions, that only speaks volumes about how strong the convictions were in the first place. It's like you live by the sword, you die by the sword. For you to die by the sword, you must have lived by the sword. If living by the sword made sense. So, yeah. Vegapunk is wrapping up the speech, and he closes it in this chapter by stating that history's been written by the victors, and the only way for the truth to be exposed is by the people that have been oppressed by the victors. So basically, the losers, who is basically everybody but the Gorosei, are the ones who are basically going to expose the truth. And in order for it to come to light, they basically have to pull a Naruto and endure or whatever. So the only thing I'm going to say is that basically anybody who's not the Gorosei basically needs to start snitching. But either way, we're in the final stretch. The Straw Hats are out of Egghead, and Egghead is wrapping up. I'm going to give this whole sequence at least another chapter or two before we're in that part where everybody's kind of safe and we might get some bounty increases and stuff and all that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below. We do have another chapter coming next week, technically this week, because the chapter review drops. My chapter reviews usually drop after the chapter officially drops. But regardless of that, what did you guys think of the chapter? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Where do you think the story's going next? Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.